My name is Prince Ogida.
Oh,
I've been around the globe for close 40 years. I can say I'm a global citizen
okay.
because I've been privileged to live in different countries at different times. So based on my personal and vast experience, I think I can answer some of your questions.
All right.
So go ahead then.
Okay, sir. You said you've been around for close to 40 years now,
Right? Yes.
both in Europe and outside Europe.
Yes.
Okay, sir. For your vast experience and your traveling experience here in Europe in these years, so what can you say about the living condition of Africans?
Well, Africans, the living conditions of Africans here, uh, comparable to their living standard back home, I would say is fairly better.
Okay.
It's fairly better because they've come to the point whereby they've got no choice. There's certain determination for them to survive. And the society has created a standard whereby if you put certain effort into doing things, then you're going to definitely get the benefits, you know. So the gratification is certain,
Okay.
unlike probably where they're coming from, where they may put all their efforts and yet nothing, to show for it because of the system. So I would say that is the system.
Okay.
So which actually gratifies the efforts or determination of the Africans.
Okay. All right. So the second question is, seeing the condition as you have said that the living condition here is quite a little bit better than the one of Africa. If I may ask, the risk which Africans takes coming here down to this very Europe, does it worth the fortune you think that they will come and find here when they
Well,
finally arrive?
where when you talk about risk, it depends on what contest.
Okay.
Because there are diverse risks we're talking about here. There are some Africans that are actually, traveling, taking the risk to cross the sea.
Yeah.
While you've got some other Africans, traveling through other routes
Okay.
and probably putting all they've got, all their fortunes, just to ensure that they're able to secure the necessary documents to
Mm.
travel. So, in these two different perspectives, I will tell you, let's start from the first one.
Okay.
Those who are traveling through the sea, they may also have put in all they've got to ensure they were able to go through that very, adventurous route. But I will say to them, it's not worth it because no matter what you are seeking,
Mm.
what you are aspiring, to achieve in life, life is always above everything because whatever you're aspiring to achieve without life is nothing.
Oh,
So you need to have life to be able to achieve your goals. So when you find out that you lost your life on the way, definitely your goals and dreams and aspirations, whatever you want to call it, is already terminated
yeah.
abruptly, prematurely. Okay, so I would say in that sense, it's not worth it. But for those who may have done their plus and minus, calculating what they're going to achieve over here, haven't done a proper research.
Mm.
Because what I tell people, you need to do a proper research.
Mm.
Thank God today, I mean, the internet is so vast that you can do research without limit.
Mm.
Get facts, not, hearsay. Get facts, right hand and know exactly what you're going to do. Do your pros and cons, understand me? But most importantly, having done this, you should have before these that you've got something to back on in case
Okay.
whatever happens. Something like, a trade, a profession that you have learned. Because I see one of the biggest problems with many of our Africans that come around this part, they've not even had a primary vocational study.
Okay.
So they embark on a journey without a vocational study, and when they get here, they don't have anything to fall back on if their expectations are not met as regard probably a white collar job. A white collar job is not so easy around anywhere today. So the world is as advanced beyond a white collar job because the government cannot really provide job for everybody. But even today, we're expecting the government, the people in general, we're expecting people to be creative so that you can be able to create jobs for yourself. And when you are able to create jobs for yourself, I tell you, potentially you are already creating jobs for others. So that is what the society is leaning towards. So I would encourage a lot of Africans, Nigerians in particular, try and get some vocational studies, learn something that you are passionate about, that wherever you go or whatever happens to you, you've got something to fall back on.
Okay. Okay, sir. Please, sorry for taking a little bit of your time.
Yeah.
I want to ask again, being a leader that have handled most position here in Europe, being a priest, and also I believe you have handled some leadership position here before now. Okay, so sir, what will you say is causing hindrances to the opportunity of Nigerians here in Europe?
Well, simply, I would just say this. And Nigerians, you've asked. Let me speak zero into Nigerians as well.
Okay.
Nigerians are very reluctant to what is called reorientation.
Okay.
Nigerians are very reluctant to learning new understanding. Nigerians are very reluctant, going back to school, studying academically or studying a new trade. They should learn how to be humble and how to be patient because these two things work together to achieve that thing that they have been, striving that all hard to get. So when you don't have patience and humility, okay, to study, to learn the ropes, you don't just jump from somewhere and all of a sudden in a new place. It doesn't work that way. Well, we don't have the wings to fly like birds. Maybe that could have been possible. But hence we don't have wings like dove. So it's very proper that nature demands that we should be patient, be humble to learn the ropes so that we can be able to tread carefully and achieve our goals.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Lastly, when I walk around this Europe,
Yes.
I saw a lot of this extranery, that is foreigners as well, just like
Yes.
the way we are migrating.
Right.
Other country also migrates
Right.
similar ways. Okay, let's take Chinese, for example.
Right.
If you look around, you will see the way those people are occupying grounds here in this very Europe, buying big buildings, doing big investments. Those people, they are still migrants like us. What do you think is that thing that gives those people that privilege of doing big things than Africans that do come here likewise the same way those people came?
Okay. I said earlier when you asked me about a few things that
Yeah.
they should know. First of all, you can't even achieve those things without having patience and humility. Those people you're talking about, 99% of them must have worked under somebody, must have gone through the apprenticeship process. Okay, so to go through an apprenticeship process is a process and a period of learning, is a process and a period of servitude. So, but Nigerians don't want that. So they will realize that because they're so much in a hurry, and at the end, they will waste all that time and yet not achieve anything. So, and I want to tell you one big social, and cultural problem that we have around here is Nigerians does not have that commitment to societal community. They don't have the commitment to of unity. They don't have the commitment of actually loyalty to one another. So Nigerians, unfortunately, sadly, they are more into outdoing one another This is the problem. These, Asian people, they have what is called, social, code, etiquette among them that is based on their values.
Mm.
So if we keep certain values on how to live as a communal people, all right,
Mm.
understand me, we'll see that some of these goals will be achieved.
Okay.
When we go back to the drawing board, back in the day, Nigerians used to live as a society.
Mm.
In every given society in Nigeria, we live as a community, as a society.
Yeah.
Okay? But today, everybody is living independently, and that is not helping anybody. They say when you want to walk fast, you walk alone, but it's not a guarantee that you're going to get there.
Yeah.
But if you want to walk safely and achieve your goal, you walk in group.
Mm.
So Nigerians need to learn how to walk in group,
Mm.
create, cooperative,
Mm.
live by the rules,
Mm.
not trying to jump guns and all that. So when they learn how to live by the rules, act as a body, one body, I think these same goals that you see with other communities, they would achieve the same thing.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're
Sir,
welcome.
please, can you just, in the last word here, what would be your word of advice to anybody that will be coming across this video due to all that we have said ever since, especially those who still inspired to come here or those who are still on their way?
Well, I just want to say to you, Africans, Nigeria, if you are so determined to travel, abroad, okay, first of all, you've got to do your studies very well. Do your research. Don't rely on hearsay, okay? There are facts around everywhere. Go there and get the facts. Do your assessment to know if you are ready for this kind of, journey, if you have what it takes. And I want to encourage you as well. Make sure you have, a special, trade. Like you must have, got some vocational studies, or you're a professional, at the back of your pocket, that in case if things didn't really go the way you expected with a white collar job, that you can always be creative to do something, for yourself. And I'll tell you, that will be more lucrative, more lucrative and beneficiary to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you
I
so much.
wish you good luck.
Thank you so much,
All right.
sir.
You're
It's a great
welcome.
time
My
having you
pleasure.
here
My
today.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
My
We really
pleasure.
appreciate this
My
time. We never
pleasure.
take it for granted.
It's all right.
God bless
Thank
you.
you.